Have you ever felt like life is an uphill battle every single day? Bills piling up, relationships growing distant, health not what it used to be, and a future that feels more uncertain than ever. At this stage in life, when you expect to find peace, it seems life finds new ways to challenge you. The pain isn't just in facing these challenges, but in feeling stuck in a loop of doubt and insecurity about your ability to overcome them. Imagine if you could develop a mindset so strong it not only helps you weather life's storms, but also makes you feel empowered and in control of every situation. This isn't a far-fetched idea. It's the essence of what Stoic philosophy offers. A time-tested system that has helped emperors and everyday people like us endure life's harshest trials while finding deep meaning in the challenges we face. Today, we're diving into how to cultivate a mindset that can defeat anything. Not by denying reality, but by confronting it head-on, armed with the wisdom, courage, and self-mastery that Stoics have spent their lives perfecting. If you've ever felt drained from the constant struggle to stay afloat, stay with me. By the end of this video, you'll hold the key to building a mental fortress, a resilient mindset that ensures you'll never feel powerless again, no matter what life throws your way. If this resonates with you, hit the like button and subscribe so you won't miss a single step in this transformative journey. And don't forget to share this video with someone you know who could benefit from unlocking their inner strength. Together, we'll embark on a journey of resilience and discover what true peace looks like. Let's begin. Number 1. Embrace challenges. Life constantly throws challenges our way, and sometimes those challenges can feel like they're trying to drown out every ounce of hope we cling to. But have you ever wondered if every challenge is not actually a barrier, but an opportunity to refine yourself? Stoic philosophy teaches us that what defines you is not what happens to you, but how you respond. This is not just a philosophy. It's a powerful call to turn every failure, every pain, into a stepping stone that leads to a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. Think back to the last time you felt overwhelmed by life. For me, it was facing the reality of my aging parents. When my father was diagnosed with a chronic illness, our family's life turned upside down. Suddenly, I was immersed in a whirlwind of new responsibilities, from managing healthcare logistics to coping with the complex emotions that came with it. There were days when exhaustion and a sense of helplessness made me question, do I have the strength to get through this? But instead of letting despair take over, I remembered the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. I started asking myself, how can I turn this situation into a lesson? I learned to accept reality, develop better time management strategies, and treasure every small moment I had with my father. Through this experience, I realized that adversity not only tests your limits, but also builds a stronger heart and an unyielding spirit. Embracing challenges doesn't mean pretending everything is fine. It means facing difficulties head-on and finding ways to grow from them. It's about using hardship as an exercise in courage, patience, and resilience. Remember, Stoicism doesn't promise an easy life, but a meaningful one. When you focus on what you can control instead of what you can't, you don't just endure adversity, you thrive because of it. So the next time you face a seemingly insurmountable challenge, see it as an invitation to prove to yourself that you are far stronger than you ever imagined. 2. The power of ideas over wealth. I used to believe that success was measured by the money I earned and the possessions I owned. I worked tirelessly, chasing material goals I thought would bring happiness. But one day, I realized I was exhausted, lonely, and found no fulfillment in the things I had accumulated. That was the moment I knew I needed a change, and I turned to Stoicism. Stoic philosophy, with its emphasis on focusing only on what is within our control, completely transformed how I viewed life. I remember one particular day, stuck in traffic on my way home from work. Instead of feeling frustrated as I usually did, I asked myself, is what I'm doing every day truly worth pursuing? Am I living a life worthy of my time and energy? That question led me to make a bold decision: to leave a high-paying but unfulfilling job and start a personal project centered on inspiring others and creating meaningful value. The early days were anything but easy. My income dropped significantly, and the fear of failure loomed large. But I recalled Marcus Aurelius's words, "Your happiness depends on the quality of your thoughts." I chose to focus on developing ideas and fostering meaningful connections rather than worrying about superficial gains. Every day I spent time reflecting, journaling, and asking myself, what truly matters to me? How can I contribute more to this world? Gradually, I noticed a profound shift within myself. Financial anxiety no longer dominated my mind. Instead, I found joy in creating and a deep sense of pride in seeing my work make a difference. Stoicism not only reshaped my understanding of success, but also gave me the inner strength to overcome obstacles and face fears. Today, I no longer measure my worth by what I own, but by how I live and the values I create. Stoicism has taught me that true wealth doesn't lie in material possessions, but in the ability to turn ideas into action and spread positive influence. I hope my story inspires you to explore and live a life of deeper meaning, one that transcends the superficial measures society so often emphasizes. 3. Creating your own path. Have you ever questioned whether the path you're on truly reflects who you are, or if it's simply the one society expects you to follow? Stoicism reminds us that while we cannot control external events, we have full power over how we respond and act. Our lives are not determined by circumstances or expectations, but by intentional choices and actions aligned with our deepest values. To carve out your own path, the first step is cultivating profound self-awareness. Pause for a moment and take a hard look at your life. Are you working, living, or pursuing something because others believe you should? Or is it genuinely what brings you fulfillment and purpose? I once found myself in a position where everything seemed stable, a good job, solid finances, but inside there was an emptiness I couldn't name. Each day felt like a meaningless loop. Then I asked myself, is this truly the legacy I want to leave behind? The answer, painful but clear, was no. I began reflecting on the values I held dear, and I realized I was living someone else's life, not my own. The first step to breaking out of that loop was daring to act. But taking action wasn't easy. Leaving a stable job at 50 to pursue a personal project that I believed had greater meaning raised eyebrows among friends and family. They called me reckless, but Stoicism teaches that our worth is not determined by applause or outward success, but by actions that reflect our honesty with ourselves. I embarked on that new journey, embracing the initial setbacks and learning from them. Every challenge became an opportunity to adjust my course, to refine not just my project but also myself. Creating your own path is also about embracing responsibility toward the world around you. Stoicism teaches us that life is not merely about self-improvement, but about contributing meaningfully to society. The project I initiated was not just a personal endeavor. It became a way to help others navigate their own struggles. Through that, I discovered not only peace, but also a deeper sense of purpose. So, if you're feeling lost or trapped in a life that doesn't truly feel like yours, take a step back. Reflect on the values you hold most dear and have the courage to walk a path that reflects the person you want to become. This path is not only the road to personal satisfaction, but also your opportunity to leave a positive mark on the world. And as you begin, remember, obstacles are not barriers, they are opportunities to grow stronger. Number 4, adapting to change. Change is not an anomaly, it is the essence of life. We may try to hold on, resist, or fear unexpected transitions. But the undeniable reality is that change will come, whether we are ready or not. The Stoics not only acknowledged the inevitability of change, but actively embraced it, seeing it as an opportunity to shape their own lives. To them, every change, whether painful or joyful, holds valuable lessons, a way to grow in wisdom, courage, and inner strength. I vividly remember a challenging period of change in my life. When my children grew up and left home, the house that was once filled with laughter and conversation suddenly became quiet and empty. Gone were the bustling family dinners, replaced by solitary meals and an unfamiliar sense of loneliness. I felt unmoored, as if the role of being a parent that had defined my life now lacked meaning. But then I recalled a principle from Marcus Aurelius. Be like a rock against which the waves continually crash. The rock stands firm while the raging waters settle around it. This perspective helped me realize that while I couldn't change the fact that my children had grown up, I could change how I responded to this new phase of life. I began to focus on what I could control. I scheduled visits with my kids for special occasions, joined volunteer activities in my community, and even enrolled in a class I had always wanted to try. Not only did I rediscover a sense of purpose, but I also uncovered new facets of myself that I had never explored before. Stoic philosophy teaches us that change is not the enemy. It is a strict yet valuable teacher. By focusing on what lies within our control, our thoughts, actions, and responses, we can not only endure adversity, but emerge stronger because of it. Every challenge presents an opportunity to cultivate virtues, from patience and compassion to humility. Most importantly, when you learn to embrace change, you will discover a strength within yourself that you never knew existed. So the next time you're faced with an unexpected twist in life, don't just ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Instead, ask, "What can I do to grow from this?" Change is not just an ending, it is the beginning of a new journey and an opportunity to shape the life you truly desire. 5. Developing long-term vision. Have you ever felt like you were drifting through life, swept along by the pressures and events of the day, unsure of where you're truly headed? That was exactly how I felt a few years ago, in my early 50s, when I realized I had spent much of my life chasing other people's expectations rather than living in alignment with my own deepest values. Stoicism taught me that, unlike a rudderless ship, we have the power to choose our life's direction. It's not about rigidly planning against change, but about establishing a clear course guided by our core values, ensuring that every step we take is intentional and meaningful. Marcus Aurelius once reminded us, "You can choose to live according to reason at any moment." This quote became a turning point for me as I began reflecting on my life. I asked myself some simple but powerful questions. What truly matters to me? Who do I want to become? And what can I contribute to the world around me? The long-term vision I built wasn't a rigid list of goals, but a promise to myself. To become someone who never stops learning and contributing, no matter my age or circumstances. I started small, joining new classes, volunteering in my community, and setting aside time for daily reflection. These small changes gradually became the building blocks of a life with purpose and direction. Stoicism also taught me that preparing for challenges isn't pessimism. It's a form of practical optimism. I learned to anticipate obstacles, not letting them discourage me, but instead seeing them as opportunities to develop patience, flexibility, and resilience. The most valuable lesson I've learned is the importance of the journey itself. A long-term vision isn't just about achieving a final goal. It's about the personal growth you experience along the way. Every action, no matter how small, holds meaning when it aligns with your vision and values. Life isn't always easy, but when you have a clear path and a commitment to living with purpose, every challenge becomes part of your growth and deeper understanding. So let me ask you this. What is your path? Are you living a life that reflects your core values? Start today by creating a long-term vision, not just based on what you want to achieve, but on the person you aspire to become. Don't fear change or challenges. They are the greatest teachers in your journey to mastering your life. 6. Personal growth and self-reflection. Have you ever wondered why, despite your best efforts, something still feels missing in your life? Perhaps you've pursued a career, relationships, or achievements others deem valuable, yet true fulfillment remains elusive. Stoicism, with its profound wisdom, offers a bold answer. Satisfaction doesn't come from chasing others' standards, but from deeply understanding yourself and shaping your life around your core values. This isn't just a journey of self-improvement, but a transformative shift in how you live and act. One daily practice that Stoics emphasize is honest self-reflection. This isn't about self-criticism or blame, but about learning and growth. Each day you ask yourself, why did I react that way? What can I learn from this emotion? How can I do better tomorrow? These questions don't just bring clarity. They build a foundation for intentionally managing your emotions and responses. A key Stoic technique, the evening review, encourages you to replay the day's events, not to dwell on them, but to understand, learn, and improve. I remember a time in my life when I faced a major failure in a project I had poured my heart into. That failure left me feeling lost, filled with self-doubt and frustration. Instead of brushing those feelings aside or letting them control me, I turned to Stoic self-reflection. I sat down and asked myself, why did I fail? Was I not listening to my team? Did I misjudge the circumstances? The answers weren't easy to face, but they revealed gaps in how I approached my work, and more importantly, how I handled pressure. Those lessons didn't just help me recover, they made me stronger and wiser. Stoicism doesn't shy away from the discomfort of growth. On the contrary, it encourages us to confront the uncomfortable truths about ourselves and see them as opportunities to improve. Every failure, every moment of discomfort is a step forward in developing virtue. Stoics don't strive for perfection, knowing it's unattainable, but they commit to constant improvement. Not to surpass others, but to become a better version of themselves than they were yesterday. This is not just a philosophy, but a way of living, a meaningful journey that helps you live with purpose and integrity. Ask yourself, what have I learned today? What have I done to get closer to the person I want to become? And if you find these questions difficult to answer, remember that growth doesn't come from giant leaps, but from small, consistent steps every day. Stoicism isn't about avoiding life. It's about embracing it in all its complexity and turning every moment into an opportunity to grow. Number 7. utilizing adversity. Have you ever wondered how some people manage to stay steadfast and resilient when life throws them seemingly insurmountable challenges? The secret doesn't lie in avoiding hardships, but in transforming them into opportunities for growth and development. Stoicism teaches us not only to endure adversity, but also to view each challenge as a lesson to cultivate virtues like patience, courage, and resilience. Just as a long-distance runner uses uphill climbs to build strength, we too can use life's difficulties to forge a stronger spirit. I recall undergoing a major surgery a few years ago, something I never thought would happen to me. What seemed like a solution turned into a long, painful, and inconvenient recovery period. I had to put my work, favorite activities, and even my natural sense of freedom on hold. During that time, there were moments when I felt overwhelmed by helplessness. But then I remembered a Stoic principle I had once read. What happens to you does not define who you are. It's how you choose to respond to it. I decided to use that recovery time to reflect and focus on what I could control. I began journaling daily, concentrating on small actions I could take to improve my health and mindset. Step by step, I found meaning even in the struggle, and my resilience grew stronger than ever. Stoicism doesn't advocate passive acceptance of adversity, but teaches us to view every challenge as an opportunity. When faced with difficulties, we should ask ourselves, what can I learn from this? How can I turn this pain into motivation for myself and those around me? Stoics use self-reflection as a powerful tool, not to dwell on what went wrong, but to extract actionable insights that lead to self-improvement and better outcomes in the future. This is how every hardship becomes a stepping stone, not just helping us grow, but also inspiring others. Tranquility doesn't come from avoiding challenges, but from confronting them with calmness and determination. When we choose to use adversity as an opportunity for growth, we not only build a virtuous life, but also become a powerful source of inspiration, a beacon of hope for those around us. Number 8. Leadership and influence. Leadership isn't about wielding power to control others. It's about inspiring them through your example and character. True leaders don't impose their will on others. Instead, they naturally earn respect and influence by living with integrity, virtue, and a tireless commitment to a higher purpose. Stoicism teaches us that authentic leadership begins with self-leadership, the ability to master emotions, maintain discipline, and make decisions that serve the common good rather than personal interests. I recall a time in my management career when a younger colleague made a significant mistake, causing a critical project to come to a standstill. The pressure and tension were palpable throughout the team. As their leader, I knew that how I responded would not only determine the outcome of the project, but also shape the team's trust in me. Instead of reacting out of frustration, I chose to approach the situation calmly and empathetically. I shared a story about my early career and the first major mistake I made, explaining how I learned from it and used it as motivation to improve. This conversation didn't just rebuild his confidence, it strengthened the entire team's bond. Through action and words, I showed that mistakes are not dead ends, they're opportunities to grow. Stoicism emphasizes that leadership is not merely about managing tasks, but about nurturing people. A great leader doesn't just drive results, they build trust and create an environment where others can reach their full potential. This requires the courage to make tough decisions, the temperance to remain calm in crises, and the integrity to stay true to core values. Stoic leadership also teaches us to respect diverse perspectives, communicate openly and honestly, and listen not just to respond, but to understand and learn. More importantly, true leadership isn't just about today. It's about laying the foundation for tomorrow. Stoic leaders are lifelong learners, always adapting and viewing feedback as an opportunity for growth. They lead not only with their minds but with their hearts, focusing on leaving a positive impact not just for the current community but for future generations. By living with purpose, leading by example, and constantly improving themselves, they inspire others not only to follow but to step forward and lead themselves. 9. Reflecting on your journey. Have you ever sat down, closed your eyes and asked yourself, how far have I come? What lessons from my journey have truly shaped the person I am today? Stoicism views this act of self-reflection not just as a nostalgic look back, but as a powerful tool for guiding your life. It's not about dwelling on regrets or mistakes, but about drawing strength from past lessons to navigate a more meaningful and intentional future. Introspection, in Stoic terms, is not about finding fault, but about gaining deeper insight into yourself, identifying virtues like wisdom, courage, and temperance, and asking whether they are truly reflected in your actions. I recall a challenging chapter in my life when my family and I relocated to an entirely new city for my job. Everything seemed to be working against us. Distant neighbors, a high-pressure work environment, and a sense of displacement left me feeling adrift in my own life. Each day came with questions. Did I make the right decision? Did I disrupt the stability my family once had? At times, I let frustration and worry consume me. But then I remembered a core Stoic principle. What is within my control? I began focusing on what I could change, building new relationships, creating daily habits that restored a sense of peace, and encouraging my family to adapt. During those toughest moments, I discovered that patience and resilience come not from avoiding pain, but from facing it head-on. As you reflect on your journey, ask yourself, how did I respond to challenges? What did those difficult moments teach me? These questions don't just highlight areas for improvement. They reveal the inner strength you might not have known you had. And don't forget to reflect on your joys and successes, as they remind you of what truly matters in life. Be grateful for your accomplishments, but also recognize that everything, both happiness and hardship, is temporary. Ultimately, sharing your journey isn't just a way to acknowledge your own growth. It's a way to inspire others. When you open up about your struggles, lessons, and triumphs, you help others see that they are not alone and encourage them to reflect and shape their own paths. This is the essence of Stoicism, not only living well for yourself, but spreading that value to those around you. Thank you for joining us today at Stoic Training. Remember, every step you take on this journey not only enriches your own life, but also spreads value to those around you. Keep reflecting, keep growing, and continue nurturing a resilient spirit. If you found this content helpful, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any upcoming videos. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Share in the comments below what inspired you or how you're applying Stoic philosophy in your life. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and family so we can all explore the profound wisdom of Stoicism together. And before you go, check out one of the suggested videos on your screen to continue your journey. Together, let's build a virtuous, meaningful, and stronger life.